Time to tell it like it is.
What's up, my YouTube viewers? Finally back with another video. First things first, I know you guys are probably wondering where the subscribe is at. I had some new hats made, and you might be able to notice they did the stitch kind of crooked, so I'm not wearing the new hats right now. Just going with a plain black for the day, but we still are subscribing to being better people. Let's stick to that. You're probably also wondering why I had this empty chair here. Well, that's because I'm getting ready to create some magic. You want to be looking at me when you... Ta-da! Is that funny? Ta-da! Backed by popular demand, it is Echo Sparks. What the? It was that funny? What the hell?
Sorry,
oh my goodness. This is going to look crazy once the editing is done. It's going to look real crazy. Okay, let's get into this. I'm trying to keep this video as short as possible, but there's a whole lot to say. Isolation, Bill Cosby, and more. And I would appreciate everyone watch this video in its entirety, especially the extended aspect of the video, the more. Very important, very important. So everybody's talking about Bill Cosby. Tired of seeing these posts on Facebook, showing some white man and Bill Cosby, and he's being put in prison and the other person is not, and all this. What are we doing about that? I've made myself a little bit familiar with what's been going on most recently with Bill Cosby, and I've been watching some YouTube videos and some different things, watching some talk shows and all. Brooke Burke, I couldn't agree more. What she said is, it's shocking, but it would have been more shocking to not see Bill suffer any consequences, and I do agree with that. Why it's shocking to Brooke, I don't know, but it's shocking to me, not because I feel sorry for Bill. It's shocking to me that there are so many, specifically white men, this includes the current president of the United States, who have done the same or similar horrible things to women, and they remain free and working. Lives unchanged. That's the reason why it's shocking to me. Just to what Gloria said, it'll only get better when people stop tolerating it. It'll only get better when people stop tolerating it. And that leads me right into sharing my opinion of these horrible acts that have been committed against women. I don't want anyone to take this the wrong way and think that I am suggesting in any way that these horrible people that have committed these acts against women, whether it's a man or another woman, doesn't matter. Any person that does these things that these people have been charged with and accused of should suffer in some kind of way. They should suffer some kind of consequences. But I also don't agree with these people that are coming back after 20, 30, 80 years, and then now they want to press charges or complain about something that happened way back then. As it relates to Estefan, what she said, it getting better. We can significantly reduce the chances of these situations happening if we take action. What we cannot do, it is not helpful. It's not helpful to any person to wait ridiculous amount of years before you try to bring some type of attention to these horrible things that have happened.
Well, I think it's going to get better now because a lot of people who may currently be going through some of these issues now feel that they have a voice and they have someone standing behind them, and they are more likely to have attention brought and justice.
Well, let me say this to that. That's something that I've heard you say before. That's something I've heard a lot of people say before, and I say bullshit. I think that's some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. Hate me if you want. Feel free to hate me. Go ahead and put it in the comment section. It's fine. But understand something. Understand my reason for feeling the way I feel. Think about this horrible fucking world in which we exist right now. Think about the horrible people, the horrible things that are happening in this world, this current day and age in which we exist. There's no place for that. There's no time for people being afraid to speak out. By not coming forward and taking action or speaking against this immediately, you're just enabling this person to carry on for, whether you wait 10 years, 50 years. You're enabling this person to continue to potentially do the same thing to other people. Maybe people are not thinking about that, but you're leaving that door open for this to happen to other people. In order for things to change, we need to take action and make it happen. Leave all these no good ass people alone. And this I can say this as it relates to a lot of different things. I can say this as it relates to plenty of black people that I know, plenty of no good ass people I know. And I unfortunately I know too many people that still enable these people, still associate with them, still communicate with them and help them in different ways, still friendly with them, and we have to do away with this. This is something that is hurting us. I'm speaking for a moment as a race of people, not just, I'm speaking at the moment as to the human race, not just one particular race of people. Leave all these no good ass people along with no good ass people. Single their asses out, isolate them. There are too many good people making themselves no good ass people by association. I know we've all heard of guilty by association. Well, you're making yourself a no good ass person by association. If you continue to enable these people in some way or associate with them in any kind of way at all, you are just as big a part of the problem as they are. Let them get absolutely nothing from the good in this country and watch. We, the good people, will prevail. Now this is going, now this real quick, I'm speaking specifically to black people. Because I get so tired of hearing black people expressing how they don't give a fuck about this, don't give a fuck about that. Whether it's they don't give a fuck about each other, fuck that motherfucker, for they don't give a, so many things they don't give a fuck about. The hate in this country is for us. It's for us. This is why Bill Cosby is getting treated differently than some of these white motherfuckers. The hate in this country is for us as a race, not as individuals. So why is it so difficult for most of us to understand what needs to be done? Black people that continue to do no good, they are just as detrimental to the better of black people as the hateful and racist fuckers that don't want to see nothing good for us. They are just as bad as them. I haven't known a time in my life that called for black people to clean their hands and unite more than now, right now. It is extremely important that we separate ourselves from the no good black people. Say I'm hater of my own race, or call it whatever you want. The only way you can expect change, the only way you can truly expect better for us, we need to leave these no good fucking people alone. They don't want to do right, leave them the fuck alone. If you don't want to leave them the fuck alone, then you're just as big a part of the problem as they are. Period. And I don't give a fuck who it is. Your mother, father, I don't care. I don't have a relationship with my own father right now because he's a no good motherfucker. And that's going on the video.
Well, I'm going to go back to some of the stuff that you said earlier about people voicing their opinions and sharing things when it's actually happening. And with the Cosby case, he opened the door for a lot of women to come out. Some of these women, and I know that you don't agree with it because we've had a little banter and conversation about this before. Some women were intimidated for whatever reason and didn't feel that they had a voice to share some of the things that were going on with them in Hollywood. And this opened the door to the Me Too movement and has continued to open a door for people to voice their opinions and share what's actually happening with them. So it has turned into a good thing. And I also agree that...
That doesn't change my opinion, though. I'm just saying, understood.
Right.
My point was just that there's no place in this world today for that.
Right, exactly. And I feel that women have that voice now and feel empowered to share what's happening and to talk about the injustices that they have experienced. But I'm also, like you said, I know that Bill Cosby is guilty, just like I know OJ is guilty. And
well, he admitted it.
Well, yeah, but
it's not like he denied. He admitted what he did.
Not in the beginning. And, and then eventually,
Doesn't matter if it's the beginning or end. At some point, he started admitting things.
Well, yeah, he's just like, okay, yeah, I did drug him. But my issue is, like you had said earlier, since this Me Too movement and all of these people in Hollywood being accused of various things, no one has been convicted of anything. Not even the recent guy to the Supreme Court. It's just sort of washed depending on your color. And that's my issue right there. justice for everybody.
All I have to say is back to what I mentioned earlier. Just to make it clear, I just want people to understand why I feel the way I feel, and I believe truly that it's perfectly logical. I'm sure somewhere in this world there's an idiot that's going to say it's not, but it's perfectly logical. I would feel horrible with myself. I would feel horrible with myself. Like if I put myself in a situation like that, this guy tried to murder me. I was afraid that he might come back and do something else, or I was afraid for some unknown reason. I said nothing about it. And then I come to find out years later that over the course of all these years, he's murdered several people. This motherfucker could have been in jail. He could have had charges brought against him. Something could have been done then, but I said nothing. Again, that has no place in this world today. It had no place way back many years ago when it happened. It leaves the door open for this to continue to happen. It helps nobody. Nobody. We have to do away with this shit. That way of thinking, that way of acting, we have to be done with that shit. And we have to be done with these no good ass fucking people. Subscribe to change. Subscribe to being better people. My apologies. Were you done with I didn't think to.
No, I was good.
You sure you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was feeling it at the end real quick. I was ready to go some more. But I caught myself. I'm like, subscribe to change. So I was ready to go. Man, even though I really said everything I had to say. Oh boy, wow. And I'm going to save that. That has to go to draft.